All right, Shalom. This is Kanak Sa'an Ban Yashar Allah from the GMS Lions in Camp. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakak Wadashma Amath. Say it again in the Hebrew, full Hebrew. Ka Halal La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakak Wadashma Amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, it says, remedy the mistake or bear the consequences. China hits back at U.S. over sanctions on military. So I watched a lesson earlier that the elder Ahara Wan did, um, basically talking about how China is really getting rid of the U.S. Treasury bonds that it possesses, and China holds majority of the United States debt. So if they was to give all those off, it would collapse the economy. However, it would affect China also because China would be affected because some of their economic trade is done in this currency. However, if they were to switch over to their own currency, they got other countries that'll back them, and plus their currency is backed by a cryptocurrency and it's backed by a gold standard also. Unlike unlike the American dollar. So China would be affected by this, but the one that would be affected the most is the United States. China would be able to sustain, but the United States wouldn't. So that's like the order by chaos. So they're creating a chaotic situation, and you got Trump pushing this issue. Trump is really going to war with all these different countries, right, at one time with these sanctions. These sanctions are like a declaration acts of economical warfare. They're trying to crush their economy, right, to destabilize them to where they won't be able to sustain a physical war, right? So that's what he's trying to do. But you got these countries that are pushing back, basically saying, "Have thou come as weak as me?" It said, "Let the weak say that I am strong." All right. It says Beijing has threatened that Washington will face consequences if it doesn't withdraw the recent batch of sanctions against China over military cooperation with Russia. China's foreign ministry did not mince words, saying Washington should immediately correct its mistake before it's too late or face the consequences for the decision. It says, we strongly call on the U.S. to remedy this mistake and cancel the sanction. Otherwise, the U.S. has to bear the consequences spoken by Ging Sung spokesman Ging Sung said as cited by Chinese media. All right. It says the Trump administration slapped China's Equipment Development Department, the country's leading arms acquisition body, with penalties on Thursday. Beijing's decision to purchase Russian Su-35 fighter jets and S-400 surface-to-air missiles system drew Washington's ear. The U.S. stressed that Moscow is in fact the ultimate target of the restrictions. All right, see, so now they're trying to come at China and Russia at the same time, but China's like, man, we ain't having it. All right, it says the U.S. measures will not, however, affect Sino-Russian strategic cooperation, which will only further grow. Ging stated, the latest punitive measures appear to be nothing but an instrument to shield U.S. financial interests. Sanctions are used as a weapon of unfair competition. All right, so like I said before, this is an act of war. All right, all of this we perfectly remember from the sanction with the Nord Stream 2. Senator Konstantin Kosachev, the head of the Russian Upper House Committee for International Relations, and said the punitive measures are part of China's related hysteria over Beijing's ever-growing economy, which is currently sweeping Washington. author and historian Gerald Horne believes. Speaking to RT, the analyst said the U.S. is well advised to halt the aggressive approach to avoid unpredictable consequences. Like, so unpredictable consequences are going to be war. All right, these consequences are going to be war. All right, so they can easily crash the global economy and crash the economy of the United States if they want to. All right. Beijing's furious response comes amid an raging trade war kicked off by Washington. U.S. President Donald Trump decided to hit Beijing with tariff, claiming there was unfair competition and intellectual property theft of China. The escalation has already resulted in a reciprocal tariff on billions of dollars worth of goods at open disputes at the WTO. Another move, the U.S. reportedly ordered Chinese official state-run news agency Haxinyu and the China Global Television Network to register as foreign agents under the Nazi-era foreign agent registration. All right, so basically, man, China is like, man, we're not with all this. If you don't fix this or pull back these tariffs and sanctions, we're going to retaliate. In America, you're going to have to deal with the consequences. All right? All right, so this is all according to the will and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And we're supposed to be watching for things like this to happen so we can prophesy about these things. All right? So these are prophecies coming to pass, and we've been speaking about these for years. All right? We've been speaking about the debt that America is in to China, and you still have that treaty, the Chinese eminent domain, that's still lingering out there, where the people become a possession unto China because America can't pay back that debt. All right? So we watch for these signs for things to happen because we know that our salvation is there. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right? Therefore, when there shall be earthquakes, uproars of the people, and this is the uproar. China is uproaring against the United States. It says, in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this all has really been done, but it's being manifested in this realm. All right. But once the Most High spoke it, it was already in existence. It's just being manifested through us. All right. It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end and the end is manifest. All right. It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And that's just it. The Most High is not prolonging anymore his words. You know, now his words that he spoke in the beginning are coming to pass. All right. Let me get Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 28. It says, Therefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the words which I have spoken from the beginning, which he has spoken, says, But the words which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And what are the words that he's spoken that's going to be done? The destruction of beautiful Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is America. And you're seeing that coming to pass right now. I'm going to close it out with one more scripture. This is Revelations 18 and 10. It says, start at 9. Wait. All right, start at 8. It says, start at 7. It says, How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's what America thinks, man. They don't think that these plagues of Yahweh Shem Yahushai are going to come upon them. It says, Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And you're seeing death all over the place. You just had a mass stabbing in a daycare this morning in Queens, Then the other day you had that mass shooting, all right? And then you have all types of fires in California, the storm that hit North Carolina. You have all these plagues coming on America right now. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Because a lot of these countries that are allied with America benefited from the delicious living that America has, the standard that America has set up. What do they call this? The American way. The American way is wickedness, man. It says, all right, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, the great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchants anymore. All right, so that's just going to mess up the whole trade route. They're going to have to figure out another form of trade, another system. And that system is going to involve the chip. And not only that, after that, the system is going to be the kingdom of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. The merchants of gold, this is Revelation 18 and 12. It says, the merchants of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood, in all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors, and ointments and frankincense, and wine and oil, and fine flour, and meat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. All right, slavery, everything, man. This country has partakes in everything. All right, but it's time for this country to be taken down, man. It says, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all the things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all, because America's never going to be inhabited again once it gets destroyed. It says, the merchants of these things which are made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all that company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stand afar off and cry when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? All right? And I'm going to close it with that, man. But you see the destruction of America happening right before our eyes, man. This is glorious because, this is leading up to our salvation. With that being said, I want to give all glory and praise. Sakal halal la Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rikar Kadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and salutation to the Akim that are pushing this truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, we're almost out of here. Shalom.